start drinking that Guinness, how it is, you know?
No hot, nah, I could, but twist up my pan, boy.
Yeah.
I like it cold when it bites in. You see? Yes. People, what are you telling yourself? So today we're going to do a little Guinness pulled pork sliders. We have some lovely pork here. You know, it's your boy Chef G. You know, you see me around, I'm doing a little local this, little local that, some pop-up thing. Working with my nice people and them, I like to support local, you know. So we're trying to do something nice today. So we're doing some pulled pork sliders today. We're going to cut out the pork a little bit, take it off the bone, so that way, you know, you don't have too much length at time in the oven. We take off the skin, we clean it, we give it a little rinse, and we're just going to cut it into some pieces. We want to be fancy, you know, just so you cut down the amount of time. Smaller pieces, less work for the oven to do, less work for you to do when you have to strip it up, right? You put it back in the bone, but not the skin, because you don't want the skin tough. Just make it taste a little rank. The bone, like flavor. So, you know, we're going to keep it a little local. We're going to use our little, you know, local flavors, not too much seasoning, right? We're doing it a regular braise, you know, making a braising liquid, and then throwing the meat in it, putting it in the oven, let it take a little bit of hours, kusumi and get nice and tender and soft and juicy, yeah? So we're gonna use the Guinness. Guinness is gonna add a nice earthy flavor to it, because you know Guinness have that bitterness. So the other bitterness and nice earthiness, all the underlying flavors that the Guinness have in it, but not so much of the bitterness, because we're gonna add some spices to take away from that bitter flavor, but you're gonna get that nice earthy, robust flavor. Alright, so we're gonna season up the pork now, right? We have some lovely thyme, right? We're gonna add that in, some oregano, fresh oregano, right? That's gonna go in there as well too. A little bit of celery, chopped, just the leaves, not the stem. The stem will go into the other part, right? Of course, you know, you must put salt, you know, a little generous, not too much, right? Black pepper, and a little bit of allspice, just to kind of go with the, as I say, the robustness of the flavor of the pork and the Guinness, and, you know, mellow it out a little bit. So a little allspice, right? And you just mix it up, massage the meat, yes. Get all the flavors in, right? Yes. Lovely. So now we're going to make the braising liquid, right? Keeping it nice, a little local, but with the Guinness, right? So first things first, you start off oil, right? Add some oil in the pot, and then get nice and warm, right? We put in some brown sugar, you know, a little stew vibes going on there, you know? Because we all like stew, but we don't want it to be too overpowering, so we're not going to make too much of a stew, you know? Once that starts to brown up nicely, we're going to add in the mirepoix. So, you know, common mirepoix, carrot, onion, celery. So keeping it basic, we add in some pimentos, some garlic, a little spices, you know? Not to get too flavorful, we don't want to overpower the Guinness, right? So while I'm heating up there, I'm going to open my Guinness, right? So we have one that's warm, right? Leave him there. We have this cold one here. Oh, nice for me. Good thing. See that? Good thing. Alright, we look like we're bubbling nice. We're gonna add in some carrots, onions, celery. Garlic stir there. We're adding in the pork bone. Yeah, nice little chua, like we like to hear, right? While at there, we also have some garlic, about 6 cloves, right? Fresh pimentos, some star anise, and some coriander. So what the star anise does is adds a nice sweetness to it, a nice offsetting tone, and it pairs perfect with pork, so it's gonna blend nicely together. And of course, can't go wrong with bay leaf. So the whole purpose of putting the bone in is that bone imparts flavor, and if the bone gets to brown nicely in it and stuff, you're gonna get that flavor releasing into the braising liquid, and then it's also gonna add more flavor to the pork itself when it cooks and braises down and everything. So you know, you get all the niceness, and also the little connective tissues that's in the pork bone is gonna add a little bit viscosity and thickness to the braising liquid afterwards. So they reduce it a little bit and you pour it back into the meat, as you'll see later. You get that nice how you can say, stick to your ribs kind of feel, you know, that hearty feel to the whole braising and everything. So yeah, right, nice. So you see looking sexy there. See nice caramelization, you know, the brown on the pork bones. You see on the mirepoix and everything cooked down nicely. That one gives so much flavor. So you're gonna add some water to give it a little liquid. Right, yeah, just pour it in there gently. Right, give it a little stir. Right. I say careful, the proper word for it is the fond, right? But we just call it the bun now. You know, in China, bun and they keep it local, right? So you get all that off, you see the liquid nice and a nice hearty, robust brown color. And to this, we go and add warm Guinness, a whole one. Yes, lovely. With everything, it's always add a pinch of salt for good measure. Well, you know, salt is help incorporate the flavors, salt is help marry all the flavors together, everything, right? Just wanna cook this for a short while because everything's gonna go in the oven. So you don't have to cook it too long for the liquid to evaporate, right? 2 minutes and I'm gonna pour it in the oven. First things first, we're making sure to pack this bad boy in there. As I say, the bone is flavor. See all that juiciness coming out of there, and it's gonna keep on adding flavor because it's have to braise for 3 hours. Put them right back in the center there. Right. I'm gonna pour that lovely braising liquid all over the pork. Right. All the mirepoix, everything. Right. Give it a little shuffle. Every day we shuffle in. Make sure that it's well coated, well in there. See the temperature, the liquid already starting to slightly cook the pork. We're going to push this in the oven straight one time, but you must foil it. You don't want the liquid to escape, you don't want it to evaporate. So you're going to foil it nice and tight. I like to double foil it to ensure that no steam releases and comes out. You have 2 pieces of foil. Foil it nice and tight. Right, we have the oven preheated already to 350, 375, anywhere around there. You can put it at 400, start it off at a high heat and then drop it down afterwards if you want. But I like to say with 375 and just leave it as is. Just put it straight into the oven now and leave it there for about 3 hours. So now, people, here what we're going to do. We're going to make a Guinness bun for the Guinness pulled pork. Make this slide a little bit more interesting. Right? Gonna add a nice complexity to flavor to the bun, a nice color as well. Right? It will look like whole wheat, but it's not whole wheat. We're not going for the health today, we're going for the wealth. Right? So you start with the water. First things first. You wanna bloom your yeast, right? So you wanna add the sugar first, right? Yeast needs fuel, and sugar is the fuel. You wanna make sure that the sugar is dissolved in the water first, as much as possible, and you could add the yeast to it. Right. You want to mix until you see all the little particles on the top sort of dissolve into the water and everything mixed down nicely until. Alright. Set that aside. Alright, into the bowl we will add the flour. Alright, just regular, nice regular flour. Alright. Some salt. Alright. Again, we have a little allspice here. Alright, so we're going to put a little pinch of allspice just to offset the flavor of the Guinness. And to give it a little spice flavor, we add in some nutmeg, because it's nutmeg, it's Trini, you know. We all like that flavor, yes, guys, you know. You eat a coconut bake and a little nutmeg in it, that's going to pair nice with the Guinness as well, that robust flavor. And I also have some flax seeds here, right? And that is the nutrition part. Right? You put your hand in it, you mix it up a little bit. Right, nice, nice. Make a well in the center. Right? And by this time, you know, the yeast and thing has been dissolved. You could leave it for a little 5-10 minutes. Make sure that, you know, it's fully incorporated. Make sure that the yeast get time to feed off of the sugar. Right, then we're just gonna add this into there. Right. That's a little bit of melted butter and the Guinness. So I separated my flour into 2 parts so that I can add some at the beginning and I add some gradually. Right? That way I can get a good mix because I'm not mixing it with a machine, I'm mixing it by hand. I get a good mix, I get a better mix, and I can add flour as I want to get the consistency, the texture. Because for me, food is about the vibe, the feel. You know, you gotta enjoy it. You know, I grew up making bread and I never used a machine. It's always been by hand. You know. Making bread can tend to be a little bit messy, but that's all part of the fun, you know. You want to get those dough fingers that makes you feel, you know, feel good inside afterwards. As you continue to mix, you'll feel the difference in the texture of the dough, and you know what texture you want. You know, we don't want it too firm, right? But we don't want it too soft and wet at the same time, right? You want to get a nice soft bun at the end of the day. It starts to get a little tacky, so you're just going to add a little bit more flour, take off all that excess stuff on your hands. So now we are at the stage where the dough is almost done, more or less done, right? If you notice, it's not sticking to nothing, it's not nothing, you know, you just put a little bit of flour in between just to make sure that it will stick to your hand, stick to the table, and knead it until it's this consistency. As you could see, it's not sticking to my hand, it's not sticking to the counter, it's not hard, it's soft, it's nice, it's pliable, right? So just gonna give it a few more turns again, and then we're gonna put it into the bowl with a little bit of oil and leave it to rise, right? So see, dough is done here. It's a nice bowl, a moule, if you want to call it that. Press 2 fingers, it rises, and have a nice spring action. You know the dough is ready. Has the elasticity from the gluten developing, so you're ready to go. I'm gonna turn it out into the bowl now. I like to spin it a little bit to the top, make sure some oil is on it. That way it doesn't form a skin, right? And it wouldn't stick to the sides of the bowl, and you leave it there. Lovely, nice and smooth. Okay, so we're gonna roll out our buns now, right? The Guinness dough has risen very nicely. You see it's springy, nice, foamy to the touch. That's what you want. So you're gonna put a little bit of oil in your hands first, just a little bit, and also just lightly grease the surface so that it doesn't stick, and turn it out. Right. You could use either a knife or you could break it with your hand. I like to use a bench scraper or dough knife and just give it a few cuts. Although the dough has risen, it's going to rise again. So you take it out of the bowl, some of the gas releases, you're going to boil it and then put it to rise again. So you always do 2 proof. Proof, cut, roll, and then proof again. All you really want to do, right, is roll the dough on the counter. So you cup in your hand and you're rolling, pushing the dough with the back of your palm and tucking it in with the tip of your fingers like that. Right? Take your time, do it nicely and gently. And what you should get is something nice and soft like this. The bottom would look like this, and what you have to do is just pinch it a little bit, just to ensure that it keeps the seal to the bottom. And you form some really nice buns. Now what we're going to do, we have a little bit of egg wash here. Alright, this is basically egg and water, beat it up together, get nice consistency, and we have some sesame seeds. Alright, so we're going to just brush these lightly with a little bit of egg wash. Right, that's going to help the sesame seeds stick to the bun, and also does help give a little bit of coloration. But these breads are going to have a lot of color anyway, so we're not really worried about the coloration, more just for the sesame seeds to stick to them. Right? They have 2 ways. You could either generously put a nice big sprinkling on it, which I'm going to go for that approach, but I'll also show you another approach. You dip it in the egg wash and then you just dip it in the sesame seeds. Right, and it's that. Well, you don't know the swine out of the oven, so let me see what it's saying here. Right, be careful, it's hot, a little steam and thing. Oh, cool. Well, boy, that smell. What I get there? See that? So you want to get rid of the spoil. Right. You want to see the texture of the meat. Right? That's the bone. We don't care about it. See that? That way I want to see the meat falling off the meat. It's juicy, it's tender. Watch that. Put it in a bowl. You need to let it cool a little bit first, and then you're going to shred it. Alright, so you see what's going on here? Bread rise. We're ready to go in the oven now. We're going to bake them off. So when you bake, good to go. Alright? So straight into the oven, 350 degrees, keep it simple, nothing too fancy. Bake it and have a nice color and consistency, and we're good to go. Nice. So this is the part we had to shred. Right? It's so soft and tender, you don't have to do much. Just hold on to it and pull it apart. Might have one or two little sinew pieces. You know, you could just put that aside, but most of it, watch it. Soft, tender, juicy, effortless, not a problem. If you want to save time, put your hand in it, play with it, squeeze the meat, have fun. It's alright, don't worry, nobody go vex. Must play with the meat sometimes. Alright, and the last part, the sauce that we had, we'll let it reduce, it get nice and thick. We're just gonna pour it, give it a little strain, make sure you have no sediment and no pieces in it. I'm just gonna kind of mix it in a little bit. And you know it's moist, it's juicy, and you get that extra Guinness flavor. Yeah, man. And that's it. Guinness pulled pork. Perfect. Yes, brethren, so you don't know the bread come out of the oven, you know, it's Guinness bread. It's nice and fresh. We're gonna make them sandwiches just now, shortly. Just have to cool a little bit. And then we're gonna cut them up, make those lovely sandwiches. So once they cool, you just wanna give them a nice little cut. Slice them up. Right. Cut them through and through. See what's going on there? Fluffy and nice. Lovely, lovely. So just gonna make three, make a nice little plate. Alright. We have a little cranberry coleslaw here. Some nice purple cabbage, regular cabbage as well. Cranberries, you know, regular dry cranberries, can't go wrong. Carrots, a little mayonnaise, a little bit of Dijon to give it a little offset in flavor, a little bit of some spice in it. I'll squeeze a lime to keep it fresh. And we good to go? Yeah? You know? Just contrasting flavors. You know, come with the lovely Guinness pulled pork. See how nice that is? Yeah? A nice generous portion. Stack it up. Whoa, my brethren, come in now.
What's you call?
Alright, so here we're going on. I have a Guinness here for you. You understand?
Bang, bang.
Nice. And one for me. You understand? So here we're going on, right? We have our Guinness bread, Guinness pulled pork, and a cranberry coleslaw, right? Our brethren give me some baby corn shoots, right?
Please get these things, man.
Good people, right? Local, not local, right? This, taste it. Have a sweetness, right? A real nice sweetness.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sugary.
That is golden baby corn shoots, right? So cheers.
Hey.
Right? Guinness. So we're to eat one now. Tell me what you think.
Well, my pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. Guinness bread, well, look at it. See, after a mouthful of this, not spicy again, the pork. No, yeah. So we start.
Let me see.
Before I eat this. Eat one now.
But you know I don't eat meat. Rasta man don't eat pork.
So wait, can you see what?
And I don't know. All is yours.
That's tiny hatch too.
Nice, lovely. Say that no.
But then, that's very nice.
Cheers. Yeah, out here for the Guinness. Is that?
I never thought Guinness, you know, eating of Guinness and eat something. Yeah, but
and then furthermore, it in it. Falas of bread. Yeah.
So, drinking it and I eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well done.
Lovely.
It's well done.
That's our wrap for today. All you make sure and drink all your Guinness. Make sure and cook with all your Guinness. Eat something. Eat our food. You know it's dark out there.